During a MTV interview with Kathleen Kennedy at Celebration, Josh Horowitz, the interviewer, asked Kennedy, quote, "Knights of the Old Republic, a lot of fans want to see that. Is there any development on that?" Close quote. And Kennedy replied by saying, "You know, we talk about that all the time. Yes, we are developing something to look at. Right now, I have no idea where things might fall." And the interview goes on, but that was the chunk of what I want to talk about. First of all, guys, don't get too excited, of course. Always curb your enthusiasm a little bit. When Kennedy says they're developing something to look at, that means the probability of that idea collecting dust, along with all the other million ideas that gush through the idea pipeline, is huge. Most ideas collect dust. The vast majority of early stage development ideas never come to fruition and end up collecting dust. So, like I said, curb that excitement a little bit. Am I being too cynical? Maybe. But I bet if the interviewer asked the same formatted question about something like,
"What about an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie? You know, we talk about that all the time. Yes, we are developing something to look at. Right now, I have no idea where things might fall." "What about a Boba Fett movie? You know, we talk about that all the time. Yes, we are developing something to look at. Right now, I have no idea where things might fall." "What about a prequel era movie? You know, we talk about that all the time. Yes, we are developing something to look at. Right now, I have no idea where things might fall."
Do you see my point? On the other hand, and take this with a giant heaping grain of salt, it has been rumored that the Benioff and Weiss movies will be set in the Old Republic. Again, take that with a giant fucking heaping spoonful of salt. I've been making Star Wars videos on YouTube for 8 years now. I've seen thousands, literally thousands of rumors come and go, but this one makes sense to me. Weiss and Benioff, as we all know, are the creators of the Game of Thrones HBO series. The writers, and if true, it would be a perfect fit. The Old Republic timeline, full of political posturing and vying for power, it makes sense to get those guys on board, but who knows? And I don't think Rian Johnson has any interest in the Old Republic era. He said, quote, "I played that game, Knights of the Old Republic, when it first came out, and I was like, God, I loved it. Yeah, that's a fantastic game. And I understand it, the instinct to automatically go to something that you know and love, that you've already seen. To me, what's really fun is the notion of what new stuff are we going to see? What new stories can we tell?" Close quote. I 100% agree with that sentiment. I've never wanted Star Wars to feel like it's being adapted from something else. The idea of going to places we've seen with characters we already know from non-film material is boring as shit to me. Look, I'm the biggest Shadows of the Empire fan, but I don't want a goddamn Shadows of the Empire movie. Give me something new. So, hey, are Old Republic movies in the works? Maybe. You never know. But it could just be a sticky note on a pile of sticky notes. One idea of thousands that got shuffled around. Or Kathleen Kennedy's answer could just be a canned answer to any question that gets brought up involving the development of the films. I mean, I guess she could have flat out said no, but if she would have said no, 1,000 YouTube videos would be created playing victim because the thing you like in a thing isn't going to be in the new thing. And I guess she could have flat out said yes, but then you show all of your cards. And like I said, ideas are constantly being born and developed only to die. That's what the early development stages are for. Why do you think video game developers don't announce games as soon as pen goes to paper? Because they don't want to say a game is coming out and then have it be scrapped. Ideas ebb and flow. Some live, and the vast majority end up in the trash can. It's way better to just say, we are developing something to look at. I mean, that makes sense. We're always developing something to look at. Look, I'm just trying to be realistic about all this. I saw a lot of people get super excited when this was said, and I'm like, hold your horses there, pump the brakes. I personally hope we do see some Old Republic era stuff, and I would love it if Weiss and Benioff took the lead on that. But I can almost guarantee that what is known about that era will be scrapped in favor of new story, new characters, and new canon. I mean, do you really want the Game of Thrones show writers to be hamstrung by video games? I sure as shit don't. Let those brilliant sons of bitches create.